She was born into a poor family in Mississippi, was abused as a child, pregnant by age 14, and became the first woman in history to own and produce her own talk show. He dropped out of college after just one semester, then went on to make his first $1 million by age 23, $10 million by age 24, and $100 million by the age of 25. She was a single mom, struggling with depression and trying to make ends meet before becoming one of the most successful writers in recent history. At first, you might not think you have much in common with these trailblazers, but I say, think again. Here are 4 signs you are ready to build your dream business. Hey guys, what's up? It's Alex. As you can see, I am not in my home studio right now. I'm actually in a cabin in the woods in the middle of nowhere, and I am battling noise and light and echo, so I apologize if the audio quality isn't as great as it normally is, but I will be here for the next few days, and I'm actually filming the next 3 videos here, which is kind of perfect because the next 3 videos are all about how to build your online business and create a life of freedom where you can work anywhere you want. And so I'll be coming to you from this cabin for the next 3 videos, and you might see Tater jump up on the couch, you might see the light change a bit. So let's dive straight in. In this video, I'm gonna talk about the 4 things that I think just about all successful business owners, artists, entrepreneurs, authors, creators, tech tycoons, and self-made millionaires have in common before they made it big. And I'm pretty sure that by the end of this list, you'll be thinking to yourself, oh my God, that is so me. But if you're like so many early entrepreneurs out there who have no idea where to start when it comes to building your dream business, then you are definitely gonna wanna stick around to the end of this video because I'll be sharing some tips for how to get started and what to do next, including the one thing you need to do to bring your big idea to life. But before we get into all of that, if you're new to the crew, welcome to my channel where I share copywriting and marketing tips to help you build your online business and avoid all of the mistakes that I made in the process. So if that sounds cool to you, you know what to do. Go ahead and subscribe to my channel below, and don't forget to ring that bell to be notified when my next video goes live. And if you like this content, please give me a thumbs up below, drop a comment, or better yet, share it with your friends. It takes less than a second to do, and it really helps me reach and impact more people. All right, now, for a little harsh truth nugget that seriously bums me the F out, did you know that 98% of people die without ever fulfilling their dreams? Ugh. That's so depressing. I read an article the other day that said that 98% of people die without ever fulfilling their dreams, which means only 2% of people do chase, fulfill, and realize their dreams. And one of the most common reasons they said was fear of failure. And we have all felt that at some point in our lives, right? It is so relatable. We want something so bad, but we are so terrified of failing or looking stupid or just being bad at it, so we compare ourselves to others and make up a ton of reasons why they can do it, but why it would never work for us. We say, yeah, well, that person has more experience or opportunities or connections, or I'm not talented or experienced or well-spoken enough, or that won't work for me because fill in the blank. Well, I call BS on that because I really believe it's just shiny object syndrome or imposter syndrome or comparison syndrome speaking, which, by the way, basically every single entrepreneur that I know has at least one or a combo of those things. So if you do too, congratulations. That's just one more thing you have in common with the most successful people in the world. So kudos to you. I truly believe that every single person in the world is fully capable of building a business. Okay, maybe you won't be the next Oprah or Steve Jobs or J.K. Rowling, but you could make more money than you ever thought possible and become part of the 2% who fulfills their dreams. And the best part is you don't need any special skills. You don't need to be more of anything. You don't need a big budget. You just need to get on board with these 4 things that all successful people have in common, at least in my opinion. Number 1, feed your passion. So be honest, are you actually happy with the work that you're doing right now? Does it light you up? Does it fill your cup? Or are you going to work every day, dreading it, feeling bored, resentful, and unfulfilled? What if you could build a business doing something that you already love, pursuing a passion or maybe a hobby, meeting a need in your community, and helping people improve their lives? Maybe you love finding antique furniture and giving it a new life. Maybe you're obsessed with gardening and have perfected a method for pruning rose bushes. business. I don't know. Maybe you watch every single NBA game and you know all the players by name and you can ramble off their stats off the top of your head. That is so not me. Or maybe you're the go-to person for advice in your friend group and you love holding space for other people's emotions and struggles. Maybe you love painting, or you love making hats like my hubby does, or baking gluten-free treats. Any of these things could be turned into a profitable business as long as you take the right steps in the right order. That's the important part, and we'll talk about that in just a bit. All right, number 2, you want to make money on your own terms. So as much as I hate it when people make building a business all about the money, there is absolutely no denying that there are huge financial pros to doing things your own way and being your own boss. Sorry for the noise. But when you work for someone else, your financial well-being is 100% dependent on that person, on that paycheck, which is all fine and good until something changes that's out of your control and that paycheck disappears. So what if you could build a business that gave you control over how much money you made? What would it look like to bring in, I don't know, an extra $500 or $1,000 or $5,000 every single month? Sure, maybe your business would start as a side hustle and give you some extra cash to fund your passion, invest in yourself, and finally go on that family vacation. But then what if it turned into something bigger? What if you could build your dream business that allowed you to build your dream life? All right, moving on to number 3, and this is a big one. You want more freedom. So piggybacking on the last one, just think about what your life would look like if you got to wake up each and every morning and do something you genuinely loved to do on your own terms. This is probably the number 1 reason that I started my freelancing business back in 2011. I was tired of following someone else's schedule, punching the clock every day, asking for time off. I craved freedom above anything else. I wanted to be able to travel to Italy on a whim, to wake up when I wanted to, have a nice slow morning, and start work when I was ready. I wanted to be able to take a 2-hour lunch break if I wanted to, or to be able to flex my schedule around appointments, or to be able to work from anywhere in the world, like this cabin in the woods. And I never wanted to miss an adventure with my family or my friends. When you run your own business, you get to intentionally create every single aspect of your life. Now, let me make something perfectly clear. That does not mean you do not work your butt off, because you do, but you get to decide how much you'll work, when you'll work, and yes, when you get time off. All right, moving on to number 4, you want to make an impact. So there is this saying that goes something like, if you want happiness for an hour, take a nap. If you want happiness for a day, go fishing. And if you want happiness for a year, inherit a fortune. But if you want happiness for a lifetime, help somebody. As humans, we have this undeniable urge to help others. We feel good when we help others. It is science. Positively impacting the lives of others has been shown to make us happier, give us a bigger sense of purpose and meaning, and even lower our blood pressure. Now, even though being a business owner can oftentimes be more stressful than a traditional 9-to-5 job, I am not lying about that, entrepreneurs still report consistently higher rates of happiness than wage-earning employees. Why might that be? Well, because we are doing what we love and helping others along the way. Forget about the money you could make, forget about the time you'll get back in your schedule, and just focus on the fact that you will feel happier and more fulfilled in your life when you build a business you love. Isn't that reason enough alone to build a business? I mean, I say hell yeah, but hold up and let's address the big old elephant in the room. Why 90% of businesses fail. Now, it's safe to say that most of us can probably tick most, if not all, of those boxes off the list and go, yeah, I am ready to start a business. But why do 90% of new businesses fail? The answer is simple: because they go in without a plan, have no idea if their business idea is any good, have no idea who their market is, and have no idea how to sell. So they hodgepodge random advice together that they found on the internet, kind of like this. They try to wing it for a while, and then when they start to hit those roadblocks, which everyone does, they give up. So listen, I know it is really hard to know where to focus your time and attention when there's like a million people blowing hot smoke up your butt telling you about the next best thing. But the truth is, there is not one path to success. They all could work, or none of them, but for sure they will not all work simultaneously. You have to pick the path that feels best for you. And that is the problem a lot of new entrepreneurs face. They get so many mixed messages and learn so many seemingly contradictory strategies about the right way to build their businesses that they end up burned or just straight up burnt out because they're trying to do too much and trying to follow too many paths at once. So that's why I reverse engineered exactly what I did to build a $1 million business from scratch in 1 year without ads or a team or any fancy tech. And I outlined every single step for you in my big idea blueprint, and I'm gonna give it to you for free. In my upcoming free workshop, I will walk you step by step as you map out your money-making, industry-shaking business idea in 5 easy steps. And you can click the link in the description box below to save your seat now and join me on that workshop. And if you wanna learn more about how I built my business, then make sure to check out my next video where I share the simple formula I followed to turn my side hustle into a $1 million business. That will play next for you after this video. I'll see you next time with a brand new video. Until then, I'm Alex. Ciao for now. All right, guys, if you enjoyed that video, make sure to check out the next one from me right here. And you can click right here to get a free gift. I'm not gonna give you a list of mindset tips that you need to magically be successful. This is not that kind of video. I am sorry to burst your bubble, but I am gonna tell you straight up what I did to become a millionaire and how you can do it too.